What's up? My name is George, the sports freak. I haven't really made a video in a while, and I don't necessarily talk a lot about soccer, but I'm a big soccer fan, by the way. So I just got finished watching Portugal versus Germany, and I just have to get this off my mind because I'm a big Portugal fan. Ronaldo's my favorite player, so I'm always going to root for him, whatever team he's on. So I was rooting for Portugal. They won the last Euro. They're in the Euro Cup right now, and they won the last one, Euro 2016. This is Euro 2020. That was supposed to be played last year, but because of COVID, it was postponed to this year. But anyway, they played Germany today, and they lost 4-2, and I'm just so frustrated at the way that Portugal plays. They're a super talented team. They are, outside of France, I would say they have the best attack in the world, especially on paper, and you look at these players and the clubs that they are. They should be one of the most dominant sides in the tournament, but they're not. They, for some reason, sit back and they play two fridges of holding mids as in front of their already slow back four, terrible back four in my opinion. Outside of Ruben Diaz, but Ruben Diaz wasn't good today at all. But they play two holding mids who've got the speed of two old grandpas with canes playing holding mids, and then they got Bruno Fernandes running around. Bruno Fernandes is best. If you guys know with Manchester United, he's best with the ball at his feet when he can create, and he's just adventurous with the ball. He gives away the ball, but he plays the adventurous, crazy pass, and that's how he is. But he barely touched the ball because they're running around trying to chase the ball. He got subbed off too, Bruno Fernandes, which is like, that's just give up in my opinion. I never thought you had a chance the moment you subbed him off. Funny enough, Ronaldo, in my opinion, he was the best player on the pitch, even with the German players individually. I know Gosens, the left back, Gosens, Ronaldo, and then Jota were, in my opinion, the three best individual players on the pitch. But the thing is, the difference, Germany played like a team. Portugal played like a team that has shit talent, just needs to stuff the box and just park it and don't even do anything. That's literally what they did. Then the few times they would steal the ball, they looked brilliant. They would counter and it'd be like, holy shit, they almost scored. They almost created an opportunity. If that pass was there, if that thing was there, they almost did it. But for some reason, Fernando Santos has gotten in his head that I need to park the bus. I need to park the bus. Against every big opponent, I need to park the bus, play my two freaking slow holding midfielders, and then just park it and, call up the two ancient center backs alongside Ruben Diaz. I still don't get why they called up Pepe and Jose Font. Maybe Jose Font, but Pepe is too old and too slow. At times I was worried he's just going to get exposed. And he was getting exposed to an extent, but fortunately it wasn't there. But wait till the France game this Wednesday. He's going to get his ass exposed all day long by Kylian Mbappe. I'm calling it. He should have called up two of the younger center backs. There's so many young center backs that Portugal has. Obviously, they're not all starting, but I would have called up Diego Lete or even David Carmo from Braga if he's still injured or not. Or even the other dude, they had Diego Queiroz, even Ferro. There's so many players that I would have called up instead of calling up Pepe. Pepe, he's a great, but every single quality that you'd want in Pepe, Ruben Diaz has it and is 10 times better at it right now. And Font, I prefer Font because he's a year younger and he won the title in the French league with Lille. But that being said, this team does not need to be so defensive. They do not have to sit their asses back and somehow grind out a win. They can attack. The reason why Germany was dominant was because they were attacking and Portugal sitting back. They're two holding midfielders. Like, they don't have a Conte. They don't have a Casemiro. A holding midfielder that can dish it out and it's fast. Like, he's fast. The thing about Danilo Pereira, and William Carvalho, they're just so slow. Holding mids are just so slow. They don't move quick enough to do anything. They can't press. They can't do anything. They can't make the last ditch tackle that a Conte or a Casemiro will do. They just don't have it, and that's on Fernando Santos for picking those players. He has this preference for playing players that he's just so used to, even if they're not good, and he has better players. In my opinion, I've said this so many times, I think the holding mid should be Ruben Neves or Paulinho, along with Renato Sanchez and Bruno Fernandes. That should be the midfield. I don't know why they don't play Paulinho. Paulinho was the backbone of Sporting Lisbon's great title run this year in the Portuguese league. But, Fernando Santos, he prefers the veteran, the person he's used to, the more experienced. He doesn't care whether they're shit talent, they're slow. William Carvalho shouldn't even been with this side. He didn't even play with Real Betis this season. He just got called up because, oh, we need experience. We need experience, that veteran experience. Oh, he won the Euro 2016. Oh my goodness. Euro 2016, forget about that. That team is completely different from what you have now. You have so much talent. I mean, the fact that João Felix wasn't even on the bench shows how talented this side can be. I mean, they didn't even just have João Felix on the bench is another thing. Just have him on the bench too. I mean, there's so much I want to rant about in this whole game. There's so many things that Fernando Santos chooses to get wrong. The main thing is attack. Don't be afraid to attack. I'd rather you go down losing attacking than go down to sitting your ass back, scoring 2 own goals, and still sitting back when you're down 2-1 and conceding 2 more goals. I don't want that. I'd rather you go out, lose 4-2, but it was such a high attacking game. You create so many chances. Sure, you go okay, it's 4-1, you get the goal, but still, you're sitting your ass back in attack and not attacking. And when it's 4-2 after you get that set piece, you're acting like it's some international friendly and okay, we're content. We're just content with 4-2. You have to now go and beat France to make it through. I mean, maybe tie and you'll get the third place team. I mean, that's what you did in 2016, but that doesn't always work. My main thing is millions and millions of fans around the world are watching the Portuguese national team. Millions of them. You can watch, just look on YouTube, look on the views every time Portugal plays a game. So many people watch it. They see Ronaldo, see all these great players, and they're always like, oh man, Portugal's got such a good team. So much quality, so much this and that. The fans turn on to watch this game. They want to see you guys play attacking football. They want to see you, Fernando Santos, get this side to play attacking football. One thing I feel like Ronaldo, he needs to just take Fernando Santos aside and say to him, hey, we've got such a great attacking side. We've got a better side than Belgium by far. It's not even close. You can look on transfermarket.com and compare the two squads. Portugal's squad is way better, but people act like Belgium is some big thing because they made it to the semifinals of the World Cup. But Portugal's got a better team, but nobody's complaining about them not playing beautiful or good football or playing to expectations. But when Belgium doesn't, they're like, oh my gosh, Belgium, blah, blah, blah. They're favorites. They've got to win. But people don't put those expectations on Portugal, which frustrates me. This side should have those expectations on them 100%. And Ronaldo, as I said before, he needs to take Fernando Santos aside and tell him, we got to attack. We got to possess. We got to create chances. We got to be more dominant. We got to play faster. We can't play with these two slow holding midfielders. I mean, I understand. I prefer you play Danilo Pereira as center back and bring on Paulinho, bring on Ruben Neves. These guys are world-class players. Ruben Neves he's one of the best holding midfielders in the Premier League. His long ball is insane. His leadership is great. And there's a guy, Pedro Gonçalves. Bring him on. He's so talented, the top scorer for Sporting Lisbon. And then, in fact, I get João Felix is not in form since Atletico, but he won the title with Atletico. At least have him on the bench. And the outside back position, they were just exposed. I mean, it's a disgrace to score 2 own goals. I don't blame Ruben Diaz as much. His was like he's putting a tackle in, trying to clear the ball. Unfortunate, it just goes in the back of the net. But Rafael Guerreiro, what are you doing? Kick it up. Why are you kicking it into the net? I think he needs to play Nuno Mendes, the 18-year-old left back who had an amazing season with Sporting, who's wanted by Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. They need to play him as left back and right back. You have nothing to lose because Nelson Semedo had a horrible game. He was one of the worst players on the pitch. I mean, in general, in defense, everyone was terrible, but he was one of the worst players on the pitch. Caught in 2 minds. He's so worried. That's another thing. He's so worried about Pepe because he knows Pepe's so slow that he's having to tuck in so much and kind of just play right like a foot off Pepe's ass, which he shouldn't have to. He should be worried about Gosens, and Gosens is coming in like crazy every time, but he's not able to because Pepe, this old slow center back, is there. And is he going to make the change? Is he going to play Diego Dallo? I think so. I think he should, but I don't think he will because he's this Fernando Santos. He just seems to choose to play this experienced side, veteran, slow, prefers playing players that he knows, that he can trust. If I'm him, the back line should be Nuno Mendes, Ruben Diaz, Jose Font, and Diego Dallo. That should be the back 4. You should play Paulinho, but I get if you play Danilo, and it should be Renato Sanchez and Bruno Fernandes. And then up top, Ronaldo. This is another thing I say. Ronaldo, for some reason, whenever they're losing, I saw this in the Uruguay game when they got eliminated in that game. Ronaldo dropped to the left and was playing like he did at his old Manchester United days as a left winger. I like that. I prefer Ronaldo to do that because for some reason, something happens and he starts doing that, the weird the old days, and I think he should do that. And they need to play Andre Silva up top with Ronaldo Silva, because you against France now, you have to go. You have to attack. You can't get this result that you want. Hopefully you'll draw. The only way I see Portugal going through is if they win, and they have to attack, because France is going to destroy them if they played the way they played against Germany, because France is a much better team than Germany. And Kylian Mbappe is one of the best players in the world. You know Pogba, what he is. You know what their defense is like. They're going to expose you. You have to go out there and expose them first. There's going to be spaces with France. France doesn't have the greatest backline in the world. You have to attack, take the game to them. You have to take N'Golo Kante out of the game. If Portugal wants to win, they have to stop playing two slow freaking fridges of holding mids and play more dynamic holding midfielders that they have on their bench, and don't be afraid to attack. Fernando Santos needs to let loose the chains. This is such an attacking side. This is the best Portuguese side I have on paper, talent-wise. This is the best Portuguese team I've ever seen. Better than days of Rui Costa, Luis Figo, and young 20 or 19-year-old Ronaldo those days back in Euro 2004 and 2006. This side is way better, more talented. You need to let loose the chains on Portugal and just play some effing attacking football. That's all you need to do. Tell this team, possess, control the game. Play quickly, play quickly. This midfield plays so slow. Play quick. Increase the tempo. Renato Sanchez needs to be starting alongside Bruno Fernandes. Play quick, be adventurous, take risks. I'd rather you be taking risks, playing attacking football, and conceding some goals than you sitting back and then conceding goals by parking the bus. That's the worst thing. The worst thing is to park the bus and concede goals, and that's essentially what Portugal did. They conceded 4 goals. 2 of them they scored. They put in their own net by parking the bus, which is a disgrace to football. Portugal needs to attack. Fernando Santos needs to change his tactics. Attack, attack, attack. Besides, I know the weaknesses. I've seen the weaknesses in the French defenders, the French team. There are weaknesses there. N'Golo Kante can't be everywhere at once. He's the dish it out. He protects Varane and Kimpembe. As a guy who watches Real Madrid play all the time, Varane has his weaknesses. Kimpembe has his weaknesses. They can be exploited, and I hope Portugal does that. But anyway, that's the video. I just had to get this off my chest because I'm so frustrated with Portugal. I expect so much from them, and it's just so frustrating when they let you down, when they have the great side. I mean, my biggest thing is if they don't make it out of this group, they have to fire Fernando Santos. They have to sack him. They have to sack him and hire a more attack-minded manager. I hope they go. Luis Felipe Scolari was the guy who took them to the semifinals in 2006. He at least helped them play great football. I hope they go after him. I think he was in China for a season. He's no longer coaching. He'd be perfect. I mean, just fit in right now. And Ronaldo, I have no problems with Ronaldo. I feel bad for the guy breaking records and the side losing, conceding 4 goals. You have the best center back in the world, which is another thing that's sad. I mean, Ruben Diaz, I can't really blame him because they're just so narrow. They're so congested. They're not covering the widths, which is what the 5 backs are doing. But I've got to give hats off to Germany. Germany stuck with their game plan. They played as a team. That's the important thing. They played as a team. Portugal looked like they're trying to play as a team, but their team is being told by Fernando Santos to defend the entire time. But Germany played like a team. People give Low all this crap, I get Germany did look vulnerable all times on the counterattack. They don't have, world-class center backs like they used to. Hummels, they guys are past their prime. But the thing is, they fight, they create, no matter what the situation is, they still go out there and attack and possess, Even, I get it against France. France did an amazing job defending when I look back at it. But Germany kept attacking. They were trying to create chances all the way to the end, despite not doing it, but they were trying. The effort was there. I want to see Portugal have that. Hopefully they do it against France. I just needed to get this all off my chest. I'm sorry about this rant. As a soccer fan here in the U.S., I hate seeing a team of such talent play so terribly, and hopefully that changes. But you guys let me know what you think down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, especially like and comment for the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram, links down below, and I'll see you on another video soon.